and leave it to Ron Howard to pull out some masterful perspectives as we lead up to game time. The Panthers and the Broncos at Super Bowl 50.
And with the Broncos, Tracy Wilson, and she's joined by Von Miller.
Thanks a lot, Evan. And Von, your biggest challenge today is containing Cam Newton. How do you do it?
We just got to play our game. We've been good all year. Run defense, pass defense has been perfect for us to get here. We just got to keep doing the same thing we've been doing, and we'll be all right.
You're playing in your first Super Bowl, running out of the tunnel. What was that like?
Oh, it was great. I mean, I felt like I've been here before. I've been trying to embrace the moment all year. All week, but it's all about today. It's all about tonight. It's all about getting the win. After that, ask me how I feel.
We wish you the best of luck. Thanks so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks and giggle.
Jim, back to you.
18 carries a game. Mike Tolbert is in. He's on a wing to the right. And the Panthers have a 3rd and 10. Here comes pressure, and they've gotten to him. The ball is out in the end zone, and it's recovered by Malik Jackson for the touchdown. It was Von Miller with the strip sack, and Jackson with the recovery.
Nobody opened down the field fast enough, and Von Miller beats Rimmers and the tight end to the right. Here it comes. Mike Rimmers just can't get there fast enough. And Cam Newton holding the football, looking to throw it down the field.
A meeting here of the first and second picks of the 2011 draft. Newton first, Miller second. And Miller, as he did, such a gigantic force against New England as they hit Brady time and time again. He had 2.5 sacks of the pick in that game. And this leads to the recovery and the touchdown by Jackson. Extra point is good. Malik Jackson's first career touchdown, regular season or post, in his 70th career game. And now, on this occasion, not the Panthers, it's the Broncos off to the fast start. Von Miller, again, a quarterback nightmare. He thought back in that draft in 2011 he might go first. He thought he could be Carolina's next Julius Peppers.
I'll say this, coming into this game, the Carolina offense has faced some good defenses, but Denver's the best in the NFL and maybe the fastest. But what happened on that sack, Mike Rimmers, the right tackle, tried to be too aggressive, I think, Jim, and when he was trying to block Von Miller, leaned a little forward, and once he did that, out of position, and Von Miller, as usual, great jump off the football.
2nd and 9. He set it up to Philly Brown, and he's able to take it across the 50 to the Denver 49, pick up a 5. Now let's take a look at our 360 eye vision.
Well, just watch Von Miller. Mike Rimmers leans forward, and Von Miller, you can watch all the film you want, watch it on TV, but if you haven't played against a guy in the league, there's a feeling out process, and I'm sure some of these Carolina offensive linemen have gone to the sideline and go, hey, they are fast and they're good.
That 2011 draft, there were a lot of great players that came out of that one. And just look at the first 5 here.
Pretty solid picks there.
Julio Jones was in that first round. J.J. Watt was the 11th pick. But 1-2 meeting here today, and already having met once in the backfield, that led to the game's only touchdown so far.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He went through there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm going to go and get him. That's what I'm talking about, baby boy. That's what I'm talking about.
Here's a 1st and 15. Time for Newton this time. Rolling out. And he's got another good game. Picked up by Von Miller and driven to the ground. And some of the Panthers on the sideline didn't like it, including Tony Ely.
Well, I love the fact that Cam Newton gets out there. Only guy you can see maybe open is Greg Olsen going across the middle, but the coverage, we've talked about it, he slips and falls, and Cam Newton, once again, gets outside containment. For the Denver Broncos, they said, man, if we can stop the run game, which they've done, they love the fact that they can cover, or they think they can cover, these wide receivers down the field.
Right side. And carries it out. The fake and the keep, and the ball is on the ground, and it's picked up by Von Miller, but they rule him down. This one on Malik Jackson. Ruling on the field. Newton was down. It's Von Miller reaching in, trying to strip it the whole way.
Looks like he's down.
Yep.
Of course, really good job by Michael Orr trying to retaliate. Pulled himself up at the last second, not to hit Malik Jackson. No. Von Miller dropped out in coverage. Double covered their best receiver. Nowhere to throw the football for Cam Newton.
Since the touchdown drive, the one in which Newton was 4 for 4, he's missed on his last 5 throws. And watch these two guys ready to pounce.
Here at halftime of Super Bowl 50, it is the Denver Broncos on top 13-7. The Bronx D led the league, 52 sacks during the regular season. They harassed Cam Newton in the first half with 4 sacks. Fellas, I mean, that defense in Denver has really been suffocating.
Von Miller has picked up where he left off from last week. 2.5 sacks against Tom Brady. Here he sacks Cam Newton, creates the fumble. Touchdown for the Denver Broncos. And again, up front, the defensive line has done their job getting pressure, coverage in the secondary, and they've been able to stop the running game. 2 turnovers for the Denver defense. Remember, on the year, Carolina had a best +20 on turnover takeaway ratio. So right now, they are controlling that line of scrimmage.
How about games by 7 points or less, an all-time record. 2nd and 11. And Cam loads it up, and he's got the completion. Nope. Incomplete. That was Cotchery with Von Miller covering and able to get it out of his hands.
Out and up, watch it. How about that? Von Miller, the pass rusher, taking a wide receiver down the field. And Carolina showing some new wrinkles here in the second half. We saw the long completion to Ted Ginn, the extra pass protection, the quick throw to Ted Ginn, and that wheel route. So
3rd and 8. Here comes the pressure. Nowhere to go. And Newton's down at the 22. Wolf and Miller both get to the quarterback.
Von Miller just so fast that they don't have the answer. To the outside. They even make him go farther than he usually would, but what a spin move to get back in. Makes contact with Rimmers. Man.
That's a 5th sack tonight, Phil.
Changed up the formations to help out the offensive line, and it still didn't work.
A yard. Trevathan again on the tackle.
There we go. Von Miller against Rimmers. Beautiful job. Spins inside. Look at the coverage down the field. Nobody open anyway, and Cam Newton, as the ball snapped, looking for a way to get out of trouble. Put the pressure on the corners. The timing was right.
It's a 3rd and 9. Rushing 4, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground, and it's still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line. Von Miller did it again. He knocked it out of the hands of Newton.
Here he comes, number 58. Von Miller against Mike Rimmers one more time. Cam Newton didn't feel it, didn't step up. The football just taken out of his hand. Cam Newton decides not to dive in there. And
he backed away from it. He jumped away instead of jumping into the pile.
Yep, I guess he made a decision it wasn't worth to go in there and get it. Should have dove in, had a chance to recover it, put you up 2 scores. And Von Miller,
he's picked up right where he left off against New England, hasn't he?
I thought there was no way against this offensive line. The crowd noise wouldn't be there. Worried about all the runs with Cam Newton? Wrong. Von Miller, DeMarcus Ware, the pass rush has been outstanding. Von Miller, got to look at him and say if they win this game, he's got to be the most valuable player.
And no question. Lineup. So here's the fumble knocked out of his hands by Miller. And then instead of going in there and challenging Ware for the football, he stepped back, and the ball squirts all the way down inside the 5. And Ward comes away with it. His second takeaway, a pick and a fumble recovery in the game for Ward. .12-point margin. Peyton's done the math and says we got to go for 2 here. Upstairs, the touchdown to make sure he wasn't down first. It all started with the play, though, by Von Miller when he knocked it out of the hand of Cam Newton. Recovered by Ward. And then Anderson fighting off the likes of Kuechly and Davis to cross the plane.
Sean McDermott upset.
Really is an amazing story, this Denver team. What they went through during the season. Give Brock Osweiler, you see in their credit, he started 7 games and went 5-2 in that stretch. Brought him back from 14 down against New England in the regular season and Cincinnati to win in overtime. I don't know if anyone ever saw the script, though, that Peyton would come back from the foot injury to his football home, and he gets doused here. He's going to become the first, again, to ever win the Super Bowl as a head coach for the same team he played for. It is for Peyton. And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50. Teammates, in particular, that fantastic defense that had a brilliant performance tonight.
I tell you what, J.J. Watt won the MVP, but Von Miller introduced himself to the masses. What a performance he put on. I didn't think that a defense could win a championship almost by themselves, but man, I've been proved wrong.
There's no question the MVP of this game was Von Miller. Again, the last 2 weeks, 2.5 sacks in each game, 2 caused fumbles tonight, a one-man wrecking ball, and again, he really won this game with that defense.
And the MVP of Super Bowl 50 is Von Miller. Vaughn, this was the fascinating matchup with you and Cam, the first 2 draft picks back in 2011. And all night long, this Denver defense was on him, making life very difficult. How about this run by this Denver defense all season, and in particular tonight against the highest scoring team in the league?
I'm so proud of my guys. It's been every last one of the guys in the locker room that has got me to this moment right here. Could have gave up on me when he kept pushing and kept being the type of guys that they are in the locker room. I'm very, very appreciative of them. Happy for Clady, happy for Ryan, happy for the O-line. I'm happy for Bronco Nation. We're going to celebrate this one all summer.
Congratulations, Vaughn. What a couple of games you put together here in the last 2 weeks, too. Von Miller, the MVP.
I'm going to drink a lot of beer tonight, Jim. Budweiser, Von Miller's buying, and those are my priorities at this point.